Hey guys, Matt here. What we've got today is a new Shindaiwa 501 SX Australian version, and we're going to unbox it. So let's have a little look. I can tell you right now. Oh, yes. Look at that. For anyone that doesn't know, these things are light. Like, wow. Like, I'm talking light. That's 50 cc's, 4.7 kilos. Amazing. All right, so let's get the gripe out of the road. It's their 50 cc Pro Saw, and they supply a Chinese origin. Yeah, no, don't do that, Shindaiwa. Come on. Okay, now the good stuff. Sorry, I'm trying to do this one-handed. Okay, so I've just bought another steel chain to go with it. Sugahara bar. I mean, wow. This is a beautiful bar. So, I like that. Yeah, okay, doke. So, anyone that's not really familiar with Shindaiwa, Japanese quality, beautiful made, no clamshell rubbish. This is great. On and off switch, I love it. I don't mind that, to be honest. I'm used to that. A lot of people, steel people, which I love steels. I've got quite a few of them, actually, more than I need. They don't like it. I like it. I think it's great. It's pretty tough. We've got magnesium cases, of course. Little side covers plastic, which doesn't really, that's neither here nor there. A lot of new saws are using plastic now. So I'll tell you one thing. A couple of people have asked me on a few of the chainsaw sites how to get their Echo CS490s going. So American standard, Canadian standard, and their Shindaiwa 490s going better, more power. And I've suggested get the Australian version muffler off the 501 SX. So this bad boy is 117 decibels. That's loud. So that tells you that there's not a lot of restriction. Even though, having a look at this, we've got a little bit of a diffuser there. It's going to be heavily modified once I get my porting tool out and a few other bits and pieces. So yes, it's going to be, and we don't have catalytic converters in our stuff here. So sorry, don't have a part number for it, but it's the Australian 501 SX Shindaiwa muffler part. It'll bolt onto the Echo CS 501 SX. It'll also bolt onto the Shindaiwa 490 and also bolt onto the CS 490 Echo. So that's a quick and easy power up for you. As is the carburettor. So the carby on these are slightly larger than the 490. So that's obviously where they get a bit more power from. So this little bad boy here, if you're interested in trying to get a few more ponies out of it, that's a good way of doing it. Got a little bit of a gripe about the air filter. It's just a fine mesh. I'm talking super fine, like holy dooly, it's fine. Like it's going to be okay, but I just thought maybe give us a felt type air filter and this as an option. See, because with the Australian hardwood, some of that, like ironbark and things like that, it's very, very fine. You will find traces of that in there. So I'm going to have to get a felt type filter or some sort of a fabric type filter for it. But that's I guess that's what it is what it is. So just looking at it, I'm not seeing a great deal of different here as far as quality is concerned in comparison to any other Shindaiwa product I have, and I love them. Love my Shindy stuff. Good bumper spike. You've got rubber ABS mounting there. I like that. Some guys will say, spring's better, and that's possibly the case. But, let's put it in perspective. We're talking about a 50cc saw, and they don't vibrate that much. It's not a big old 880 or something like that still, or an old steel Contra. It's a 50cc modern generation saw. So that's something to think about there. So I like it. I like this too. I like having a lock nut there, which is easy to get off. Some people say, well, you can actually buy a piston stop for that if you need to take that off. My rattle gun just straight off, bang, straight back on if you need to. And it's good to be able to have that, because I've actually had a couple of chainsaws come through where they've got the clip in the washer and the clip comes off. So it does happen, but with this, it's nice and secure. Again, that's a personal preference thing. Yeah, so this is basically what it is. I've been waiting a while to get one of these. I'm going to see how it goes up against. I've got in my little collection of saws here in the shop, I've got a standard 488 Shindaiwa, and I've also got a heavily modified 488, which is ported, muffler modded, timing, base gasket delete, you name it, it's had it done. That thing rips. So we're going to see how that goes in comparison to this. One thing you need to understand about Shindaiwa products is that the coating, the nickel coating on these things is amazing. The piston and ring assembly are amazing. The rings are so super hard, it's not funny. They take ages to run in. I've seen a video here a few weeks back. A young lady was reviewing one of these, a Still 261 CM, which I've got one of those as well, and a 556 Husky, I think it was, and stated that this was probably the least powerful out of the lot. Out of the box, these things, they're okay, but they take a long time to run in. And when I say long time, like, I don't even expect anything from these guys for anything less than 10 tanks of juice. Anything less. And even then, depending on how hard you work them, that's kind of what you're going to be getting. You know, you're getting a quality machine, tolerances are tight, good quality metallurgy, and they're going to take a while to run in. So just have patience. And then when they do run in, obviously, if you guys are a tinkerers like what I am, hook into them, do what you got to do. I don't think in my own personal collection here I've got a standard saw, to be honest, but and this one here is definitely ear tagged for the porting tool and lots of mods. Another thing too, I will tell you guys about the Shindaiwas. They are torque monsters. I don't think I've ever used a Shindaiwa saw that hasn't really had like just grunt beyond its amount of cc's. Any of their pro saws, that is. A classic example, a 757 as opposed to a 440 or a 460 still out revs it, out cuts it in the speed of the cut. But you lean on a 757. You say I know if your blade's going a bit sharp, your chain's getting a bit blunt, you should pull up. But when you lean on it, put some weight on it, just so you can get that last bit of the log done. These things just dig in and keep going. 488s are exactly the same. They're not the most super powerful in a stock form, 50cc saw. They're not the most highest revving, and you can hear them in any of these YouTube reviews. You'll hear the Huskies screaming their heads off. The Shindies or their slash Echoes seem to have a less RPM, but they've got torque. And I like that. I like the fact that when you can lean on them a little bit, they don't just die out. Having said that, if you buy one of these or its equivalent stablemate, the Echo, just have patience, let it run in, because you've bought yourself a good quality saw that you're going to have hanging around for a while. So have patience. And once you do run it in, then you can kind of expect. Then you can judge it, I guess, more than anything else. So I'm going to run this little baby in and get back to you and tell you what I think. Hopefully I'll do a better quality video, but this is just a quick one. I'm in a hurry to get it started, so I didn't sort of set any gear up or anything. And then once I've done that, I'm going to start modifying it, and I'll let you guys what I'm doing, and let you know what guys know what I'm doing. Sorry, and then let you know what improvements I do, what works, and yeah. So maybe if you guys have got these, you can do the same. If not, yeah. All right. Cheers.